didn't go quite as planned. So here we are. And we probably want to go that way. See, I can see something more than my face. Hey, NJ, how you doing, my friend? I'm still going at it. I did get a catfish earlier. Hardhead. He is now bait for crabs. I've been trying to catch the blue crab, and the blue crab have been trying not to get caught. Saw one earlier this morning, which is what got me excited that I might actually catch a blue crab. But, hello. Sorry, Ashley came up. She scared me. She's so pretty. I mean, she's scary beautiful. Oh, you going, ooh. Queen pinfish is here. Here we go. Is it already? Yeah, it's already. Okay. Yes, you will. So Ashley came down to play bait lady. It's a pretty bait lady too. So this is a pinfish that I cut up earlier. He's been soaking up the sun a little bit. It is beautiful out here. And not just because Ashley's here, although she does add a whole lot of beauty to everything. Ooh, I'm right from the dead. Blast it. Well, it feels like it might have the bait on it. But I cast it and something splashed the water over there, which made me think it was my bait. It was not my bait. Even better. It was like I cast it, almost hit the neighbor's dock, which is no real feat because, you know, it's not that far away. And I did some underwater earlier with my DJI. I was on action fur. So I'm hoping that I got something good on that. Haven't looked at it yet. I probably need to get this down before. And if I could tell you any secrets about doing underwater filming, get the waterproof case. Don't trust, especially a certain brand that starts with Go and ends in Pro, that waterproof means waterproof. It means if you very gingerly place it down there, you're fine. But if you like drop it heavily or anything, well, that increases the force. Like when you roll out of a kayak, so I'm told, and allows water penetration. So that, and I hate GoPro anyway, for other reasons. In addition to that, well, I should have been doing underhanded casts with this one the whole time. So NJ was laughing at me earlier because my live stream petered out because I ran out of juice. Who else we got in here? Almost at 2K. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Aloha from Oahu, Hawaii. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you joining. I got 27 people and 5 thumbs up. I mean, I know I suck at this, but come on, peeps. Give me. Help a brother out. Help a brother out. It is a wonderful setup. I am out in Pensacola on the Intracoastal Waterway. And while I don't have the same joy as being out on the surf facing the Gulf, I plan on doing that. It's not going to be tomorrow because I'm actually taking the truck. And there is something floating by that I don't know what it is. Could just be, yeah, it's just a clump of grass. Either that or a lionfish, probably more a clump of grass. That's lots of clumps of grass. And Ashley and I both saw earlier today. Uh-oh. Oh, there he is. It's like I only had one pinfish left and he disappeared. Come here, genius. He is not one. These pinfish don't like, ow! He's like, you want to catch me? I'll catch you, Bubba. Come here. These are some frisky, ow! Okay. I tried to play nice. I'll just take all your water away there, buddy. Yeah, now who's the smart aleck? Still you, but not the point. So I don't show this on camera because YouTube is YouTubian. But a channel called Salt Strong, and they do a lot of saltwater stuff. They had a suggestion I like. So you cut off the fins because they're pointy and stabby. And you cut off the tail right at the very end where it meets the body. So one, your hook doesn't go back through the tail, and you tail hook it. So, and the other is, you know, it lets out some delicious scent. And cutting off the fins apparently makes him appear more appetizing to things that want to partake of its goodness. So Ashley is using salted shrimp on a sabiki rig to catch me some more pinfish. We're going to see if I can get this out of here without hitting the roof and knocking the bait off or running into other poles. So, not the cast of the century, but it got out there. So the two center rods have live pinfish, and the two end rods, which are going opposite directions, have cut pinfish. And I'm about to prepare some more salted shrimp. And this is a recipe that has been handed down through generations of generations of generations. So I need y'all to pay attention if you want to learn how to be a salted shrimp genius like me. So I've got some in here already that are salted and shrimpy. So you need, this may seem obvious, but you need salt and you need shrimp. So, whoopsies. You need to make sure you get plain salt / non-iodized salt. Most salt is iodized, which gives you a necessary ingredient. Yeah, I don't know. It's a mineral or something that is good for humans, iodine, in certain doses. Fish, on the other hand, not big fans. So, I've already got a bunch of salt in here, but you put a bunch more in there. Go wee. And I'm going to use the whole can because salt's cheap. The other thing that you want to do is leave this uncovered because so you dry off your shrimp as much as you can with paper towels, and then you throw them in salt. And salt does a couple of things. One, it preserves because the high alkaline, whatever, the high saltiness doesn't allow bacterial and growth and stuff. And it dries it out. So Here you see, I had to pay more for fresh, never frozen shrimp. There you go. Do this and you make sure they're covered up good. You want you want them covered in salt. Because, like, say, it's going to suck all the moisture out. It's going to preserve it. And I probably should put the shrimp in first, but yeah. So you get all that, and you get them covered. You get them buried in there. And you keep the lid off, because while the shrimp is going, or while the salt is going to take the moisture out of the shrimp, you then want the moisture that the salt takes out to go away, to what's the word? Evaporate. So there you go. And believe it or not, you've put shrimp in there with salt. And even I bought shrimp Sunday night and did this. And by Saturday night. And by Sunday morning, they were toughened up some. Oh, and the big reason you do this is so it toughens the shrimp up so that they're not so doggone easy for the pinfish to snap off of your line, because they are thieving little jerkwads. Yeah, the pinfish weren't in here earlier today. I mean, we got a couple. And we're seeing what we assume have to be jellyfish. They're kind of oval shaped, like so, about that big, about as big as a good shucked oyster. And I don't see long tentacles on them yet. So that's a good sign, because the tentacles are what they... they're like clear, and I haven't touched one. I don't want to touch one. I could put the net down there, but that would take work, and I'm not much on work. And here comes somebody on a stand-up paddleboard doing the exact words that are involved, the stand-up and the paddling on a board. Me, on the other hand, would do a fall-off paddleboard. Uh-oh, so the left one is getting hit, and it is not a live critter. So someone's playing with it, which is always good. I mean, I can barely stand up on a dock. These people are standing up on boards and water. Impressive. And y'all seen I can't even stay in a kayak. What'd you find, babe? There's some what? Yeah. Actually, it's usually the bait fish queen, but she's struggling today. And earlier I left the rods out because I was not having any luck whatsoever. And she was out here in the hammock. And I run down the road. Oh, something is out in the middle of the... Oh, it's a bird. Sorry. Looked exciting there for a second. Bird floating out there. There was a dolphin. Well, 2 or 3 dolphins came through here this morning. One of them was like right next to the dock. I got a good video of him. Oh, see, now I would love to see a manatee. I should said, saw a whole pod of manatees. Manatees are so cool, even if they are called sea cows. But when you think about it, that's pretty much what they are. They're sea cows. Well, they eat, I want to say something like half their body weight in grass a day or something, and they can have this eelgrass, man. They can have all of it. Oh, I actually said they had trackers on them, because they do like to track them, because manatees are protected. They're not horribly graceful animals. Uh-oh, second rod has a live pinfish on it, but it seems to be agitated. That's a word. I should probably put a mic on Ashley. Let's see. No fishing without beer. See, I do. We do. Happy do. No, I don't really do. I don't catch. I don't cook a lot of fish. I got to catch up on chat, man. I am so sorry. Nice setup. Thank you. Aloha from Ewa Beach. Thank you for joining Mr. L. Brown and Swicky Fam Outdoors and King of B More. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Bill Reed. Appreciate the good work. If you look at this second rod, it is moving to the left. And I'm afraid if I say to the left, to the left, to the left too much, actually will start doing the Cupid shuffle. So I think tighten it up. There is something moving with it. It's time to reel down and set. Missed him. Let's see if I am officially SOL on bait. So I'm going to go borrow the rod from Miss Ashley and see if I can get something up here real quick.
Yeah, I'll go around right over there. I'm not having any luck over here. I've been trying to get around these. Yeah, sometimes I find things fun over there. Sometimes you can. I was gonna come try on this side where it was more shaded.
But whatever had that live pinfish in its mouth, I got the hook, it got the pinfish. Well, I mean, he was moving off to the side. He had something at him. We'll pull out the big. So I got a little piece of salted shrimp on here, but I'm also going to put a worm on if I can keep from dropping them. What? So I put one worm on and we'll see if that changes their opinion on things. Not sure if they're just not on there or if they just ain't. Yeah, there's a bunch of little fry about half-inch long. Let's see. Oh, there.
other kinds?
Yeah, this is the smaller ones. Yeah.
Oh, they did make off with those hooks a lot more. For long, it was like, we started out with 6 hooks and now we're down to 3.
I'm gonna try rigging one of these up with 3 hooks. These sabiki rigs, they come with 6 hooks. Well, yeah, but honestly, they're a pain in the tush with 6 hooks. Apologize for not being in chat right now, but we got to get some more bait. The neighbors appear to be a big fan of St. Patrick's Day. They've been out pretty much all day. You know, if I owned property out here and had all these boats, I do believe I would be out boating more often than these people do. Then again, they can go whenever they want. Ouch.
No, they're just not very interested in this today. Maybe the water was too cool last night.
I don't know. I just know I got to do something or I'm not going to have fish. Gigantic fingers of mine are annoying sometimes. Appreciate everybody in chat. Please hit the thumbs up and all that fun stuff. I will be with you guys. I'm just trying to get another sabiki rig tied on so we can get some more bait. And the reason I don't just put out a piece of shrimp as bait, because the little pinfish will steal it. They are some stealing little bastards. I had set up the live stream to schedule and decided that it would rather just go live. So that's why I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball right now. Mm-hmm. There we go. Almost there, folks. Almost there. Where is that? Apologize, folks. I want so bad to put on good content. I get frazzled when things do not go well. And right now, that doesn't do me any good, though. Now I have my sabiki rig untangled. Come over here and cut off a few pieces of my salted shrimp. The bird probably came from the sky. Looked like a duck to me. Yeah, they'll go under. Yeah, they go underwater. They see something they want to eat, they'll go find it. We do not want to catch a bird. Let's see. Be fishing Fort Wilderness Disney soon enough. It does look like a sweet spot. It's a nice place. It's a nice, quiet place. And like I say, there's a lot of eelgrass, but thanks, Swicky. Hey, East Tennessee Whiskers. Good to see you, Lonnie. Hey, Cindy. Good to see you, darling. Everything's okay, fishy things. I'm frustrated. I've run out of bait. I had a good hit, and he was running off with the bait, and I jerked it right out of his mouth. Hey, Daniel Garcia, thank you for coming in. Tara, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Please make sure you like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Up Wolf, hey, fishy, fish, fishy. It is some good weather. Oh, the weather is. Saturday was not awesome. Yesterday was pretty good, and today it's been like almost no wind. Yes, definitely unlike Saturday. Mm-hmm. Well, yes, birds are good swimmers. They're good flyers too. So I've only got 3 baits out. One is a live pinfish in the middle, and the 2 side rods are cut bait. It's hard to believe I would run out of pinfish, but I did. The lack of breeze may make me easier to see. I don't know. Yeah, and the water level's down. so weird. I will cut extra pieces of bait, and I'll come over to get them, and they won't be here. Well, I'm sure they're here somewhere. But, they're salted shrimp and a bunch of salt, so. Oh, Lord, don't do this. God. Got my line twisted. Ow. Every time I try to untwist it, just enough of a breeze comes through to F it all right back up. Come on, you piece of crap. Son of a bitch. God, I wish the neighbors would shut the hell up. Not that they don't have a right to be talking. It's just I like peace and quiet when I'm frustrated like this. Have I got this son of a it turns the goddamn sons of mine. If I didn't need bait so goddamn bad, it wouldn't be this much of a problem. God damn it. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, fuck you.
This one.
Honey, what?
And then we'll go. Get some hard one. We'll do. No, I just go do what you need to do.
Okay. Come here, you useless, inbred piece of monkey. Mm. Whoever invented sabiki rigs deserves to die in hell. Rotten hell. Awesome. Yeah, because I really didn't have anything else going on right fucking now. I'm telling you, if there's not a fish there, I'm going to jump in and kill something. Guys, I apologize. I am super frustrated right now. And I knew as soon as I laid this effing sabiki rig down, it caught between 12 different things. Come on. There. So now I'm getting that untangled from there. I've gotten everything super tangled. Just going to use the one that she had, which is what I wanted to do in the first place. But she's like, no, give me this one. I need to shut up before I talk myself into being really ticked off. And now this one's trout. God damn it. Piece of rat ass, busted ass shit. Come on. So I was getting bites over here. I went to go put some more bait on. And now whatever was over here is not over here. Because this is a much better rod for this. I love her to death, but when she gets bored, she just talks and talks, and I have no idea what she's talking about because she doesn't talk loud enough. And I want to pay attention to her because I love her, but then I can't because I'm doing something else. And she starts talking about, oh, there's a jellyfish here, there's a bird here, there's a, okay. First off, nobody can hear you except me, and I'm supposed to be paying attention to these people. Anyway. Zen, 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 zen. With my luck, the other live bait got taken off. So the right rod, the line looks like it's doing something a little bit. It may just be the waves. Cannot believe I have run out of pinfish. No, there's something definitely dorking with it. I've got salted shrimp on this one, and I've got a worm as well. So something ought to work. 13 people still in here, 20 thumbs up. If the bleeping stream is actually still going, yeah, it's still going good. My fish, I've got possibly one live pinfish and two parts of pinfish. Yeah, I thought that fish was on too, but it just didn't go. I'm sorry, I had a minor meltdown there. It all started by me scheduling this live, and then YouTube's like, 3, 2, 1, you're live. I'm like, don't wait, no, I said, give me a few minutes. YouTube's been wonky lately. Then I have to worry about my other phone not charging as fast as it's depleting. It's been a comedy of errors, except most comedies are funny. Yes, I still got 2 of the 3 baits on this sneaky rig. It's frustrating. I want to catch a fish, but I'm like, well, if I catch a fish, then I don't have any bait. And that one rod that had a good hit earlier, it's like Schrodinger bait right now. It's like, well, as long as I don't reel it in, it still has bait on it. Once I reel it in, I'll find out it doesn't. Then I'll be even more frustrated. Okay. I'm sure where to start with trying to undo this nasty mess. Come on. Let's throw away all the fucking bait that's on here. Just sit the hell down. And slowly try to dig through this mess. Okay. But seriously, folks, Ashley is just, she is amazing. She is beyond wonderful. Greatest woman I've ever dated. Ah! Sorry, that was a hook in the finger. About ready to do a knot strength test on these knots. I don't know what knots I've made here, but they are just amazing. The everything gets stuck in itself knot. Okay. Cut this off and hope it doesn't fall through the damn deck. The one time the hook doesn't want to catch on everything. The only thing worse than mono getting knotted up on itself is braid. Shut up. God. This is vacation. This is supposed to be fun. This is not supposed to be fucked up. Okay. Holy God in heaven, I think I may have gotten this. Oh, come on. There's one little thread hanging off the end of this braid that makes it not want to go through anything. There. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's close enough for now. I swear to God, if you get tangled up on yourself, there will be a mark. You son of a. Oh, come on. Just come on. Just why are you such a piece of rancid horse shit? This into the equation, out of the equation. I almost stuck a lead weight in my mouth. What a brilliant idea that would have been. These little bitty tag ends on these knots just catch on everything. Now, come on, come on, dude. There we go. Okay, I have 3 pieces of bait on this one. We'll be back to chat as soon as I get some bait. Oh, you bastard. Had one, even got him up out of the water, but he popped right off. Okay, folks. Heavy pinfish. Set the rig down there and hope it doesn't just violate itself. Pinfish stabbed me. The first step before anything else is to get a hook in the pinfish. And then I can worry about trimming him up some. Okay. He is hooked. Just trimming some fins off of him to make him more presentable to the dinner invitees. If you're sitting there going, how did you not cast that piece of bait off? Trust me, I have no idea. That's been my day today. Now we can check Schrodinger's bait, and he is still on there. Remember what I said about hitting the effing roof and knocking the bait off? Ever one of those days where you wonder why the hell you got out of bed? This is becoming one of those days. Because not only did I do that, but I got a deep backlash in here. Oh, fortunately, it was not a backlash. It was just flopped spool. So now, time to go catch another piece of bait. I feel like this is Dorf Goes Fishing. Each one of those scissor cuts you hear piece of bait. And I guarantee you, in about 20 seconds, I'm going to come back here looking for some bait and can't find any. And one of the local bait shops is closed on Monday, and the other one I called them. I was at the grocery store to see if they had any fiddlers. Like, yeah, I got about 100 left. I'm like, by the time I get there, they won't be there anymore. And then I was like, there's no point in even going because tomorrow I think she's supposed to take the truck, take the kids to the arcade. So I'm not going to waste money on fiddler crabs unless I'm at least in the surf or on a jetty or on a pier somewhere that I'm not going to be just donating to the local pinfish. 3 pieces of bait on. We're going to drop it back down. I haven't even gotten to check and make sure I've got good battery still on my phone. So chumming from shore or docks in Florida is illegal, which I thought was kind of odd. I mean, I realize they don't want, you chumming up sharks where they're swimmers, but I don't know. Come here. Pinfish. They have some tough skin. Come over here and give him a trim. Every time he flicks, he's hitting me with the point of that hook. I don't expect him to have a whole lot of sympathy, considering I just gave him a piercing he was not interested in having. Really? I lost my pyramids? How did... Wow. I lost my pyramid sinker. That took work. Come on, I felt multiples in here earlier. There. I like having a lot more control over my cast. These posts in the roof really make it difficult to cast. Okay. Check and see how my stuff is doing. Good, I'm at 98%. That's awesome. Hey, NJ Fishing Maniac. Hey, Schwicky. Hey, Bandana Dan. Yeah, I know. I used to bite split shots when I was a kid too, which is probably how I ended up the way I am. Yeah, yeah. I just, if we were having a conversation, but sometimes I actually just, she has conversation with Ashley. And it's like, what, honey? Oh, nothing. And it's also funny. We'll go out dancing on the weekend, go to listen to a band. Of course, the band's loud. I don't know why they are. I mean, it's like, they turn the volume up and things like that. But anyway, and she'll just want to talk out on the dance floor. I'm like, I'll motion to my eyes, shake my head, no, point to my ears, and then point to her. And because she knows I can't hear her, but she's still, God bless her, she is awesome. It's amazing. And if little things like that are all I have to complain about, I am a blessed SOB. It's like a rich man complaining because he trips over his money. So we did catch a hardhead catfish earlier. It's on its own little camera segment. It was not during the live. And cut him up and put him in a blue crab trap. I did see a crab earlier today, so I thought, are they in the area? This will do it. And as of the last time I checked that dang trap, nothing. Crab net, nothing. And it's frustrating. Have my black light in the house right now charging. So I'll turn on the overhead light. Guys, I appreciate you all being here. I envy NJ Fishing Maniac because, man, he can do his live stream and he can. Oh, just as I dropped it, there's looks like a croaker. He's destined to hurt me. Yep, little croaker. Come here. You may have heard him croak. Hear him? So they've got to be related to drum. He looks like a red drum without the spot on him. You got that mouth towards the bottom, or his mouth kind of points downward. Very pretty fish. Look at him flaring those gills out. It's where he makes his croaking noise. You can see his body moving. He will make good cut bait. If I can get him into the bucket, I get him into the bucket. I mean, just as soon as I dropped it down, he smacked it. What was this? I don't remember what I was saying. I was talking about something that I'm sure was truly so earth-shattering. You guys are going, man, that guy's smart. Probably not. There's that weight I couldn't find earlier. Kind of funny. I came out here and I found 2 half-ounce egg weights on the dock from where other people have come up in, fishing and caught the dock. And fortunately, I have never done that, ever caught a dock, never, ever. When I'm lying, oh yes. So the black light worked really well last night. I was impressed. I bought a 2-pack, but I only brought one with me on the trip because I was like, well, when am I going to use it? And at home, they lit things up quite well, in the dark garage, even from a distance. So I've got it in the house on the charger. For those who don't know, YouTube has gotten crabby again on trappers. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what level. I know Reef Robber's gotten scared enough for his nutria that he's starting another channel just for that, so they don't kill off his main channel if they decide to kill it. I'm not one to advertise drinking, but I am of legal age. I am not getting hammered. I'm drinking 1 beer. And I do like, it's called Bud Light Next. The reason I like it is 0 carb. Not, per 1 ounce serving, but per the whole can, which means it's less than 1. For some reason, nutrition facts are weird. You can round down, so it could have 0.99 and they could round down to 0. But anyway, I am not a connoisseur of beer. I'm not one of those elitist microbrewery people. They like it or don't. This is perfectly fine. And I have not grown any lady bits. Just heads up. I was impressed, and I won't say positively impressed, just impressed with the amount of backlash that people gave Bud Light. And I will never drink another Budweiser product again in my life. How dare they give this person a personalized case of beer? And I'm just like, that's the biggest thing you got to worry about in your life. I don't care, if you don't like, if you think it's a sin, you think it's weird, you think it's okay, that's fine. You're wild to think that. Nobody's asking you to go get a gender transformation surgery. But of all the things to get so butthurt over, then again, I also look at it as far as the only reason this person is famous is because they got their man bits turned into lady bits. That's their claim to fame. Yeah, whatever. Hey, Jamaican Sure Jerry, my friend, how are you, sir? I am out here. I finally have 1 extra bait. Ran out of baits. Trying to catch them on speaky rigs. Not having good luck. Was getting frustrated. Was getting everything tied up. You missed absolutely nothing, my friend. Just a little hissy fit from a grown ass man. I don't only have the one bait in that flow trawl right now. Otherwise, I would get it back in the water and get the water changed out. Luckily, that fish stayed on because I'm sitting there going, oh, my bear. Come here. Come here, little Mr. Pinfish. He's like, I would, but there's a hook in my mouth, sir. I did not mean for it to be there. I'm trying to get it out. But it is interesting to me how often you need to get the water changed. Now, granted, it's a little bucket. What is it? 4 quart, maybe. Maybe 4.5. But the ammonia can build up real quick in there when you got a bunch of baits. So you need to be real careful to get it back in the water as quickly as you can. Plus picks up the oxygen and stuff, because I don't know how fast a fish breathes or how much oxygen is normally in water, because I'll leave that to people that are smarter than me, like 2-year-olds. But I did have a few of them expire on me earlier because I had them crowded in there and they weren't out of the water. To me, it didn't feel like more than 30 minutes an hour. To them, it probably felt like more than that. These pinfish are some lively, hardy little critters, but for the most part, they can flip. Oh man, they flip around like there's, yeah, anyway. So tonight, I need to catch some extra bait. In case tomorrow is like this. Now, there is a dock light right over here where I'm standing. So it's going to attract some stuff tonight, which should bring the pinfish in. And Ashley and I have both seen critters today that we're assuming are little jellyfish. Are about silver dollar sized. Part of me wants to stick a net down there and grab one, and the other part of me is like, no, you don't. You know the best thing about touching jellyfish? Nothing. There's, oh, I almost had a double. The downside is when you put your flow troll back in the water, this happens. So, hey, dude, what's up? Okay, I'll be up in a little bit. Little pinfish. Let's see which way the hook's pointed. There it is. So that gives me 3 live baits now. I appreciate everybody that stuck around. So at one point I lived in Nashville, and my ex-wife loved Publix up there. Had small kids, you know, they'd bring the groceries out to your car and load them up for you and all kinds of nice stuff like that. But the one thing I loved was they had a peanut butter ice cream. It was like ribbons of peanut butter. Here's another Kroger. Well, they've got Publix down here. Kroger. And so I've always, the last few times I've been wanting to go there. And then I never heard about the pub sub until recently. But Publix has subs. And frankly, you're, I'm not sure what the big draw is. I got one today finally. And they're like Subway, probably a little more meat. It was an $11 sub. And anyway, of course, I still think $5 a foot log, even though they're not around anymore. And anyway, they did not have the ice cream that I wanted, because I was jonesing for some of that. It was basically, I think it was vanilla ice cream with peanut butter ribbons in it. You know, frozen peanut butter, you know how that is. It nice and firm. And anyway, they don't have it anymore. Guess things change in 20 years. Who knew? And I always remember Publix being not the least expensive option. Definitely not the least expensive option. Although I got some fresh, never frozen shrimp for, I think they were maybe $11.99 a pound, which is a little, they were good sized ones. So I got 2 pounds, and I get home, and Ashley's like, we're going to use half of that to, part of that for us? And I'm like, I guess so. But I went to Winn-Dixie on Saturday, one night, and got some shrimp, and it had been previously frozen, and they advertised it as such. But I swear to you, in that package was a decent amount of water from where it had thawed out. I'm like, you're really gonna make me pay for water? I realize when it's frozen, I'm probably paying for the water that's frozen in there. This is thawed out stuff. But the hope was that, having not been previously frozen, that it wouldn't be quite as, I guess, soft. That was a pinfish. It was a good sized one. Still have at least one good piece of bait on here. So we'll drop it down. Her son came and told me dinner was ready, but I had half of a pub sub earlier. And they don't eat like I do. Well, the kids do. Mom doesn't eat that much. I'm kind of like, I would like all of this, please. So if I don't go now, there may not be any, but regardless, I still got some ice cream in there I can eat, even if it ain't the kind I wanted. Well, not the specific kind I wanted. And these sabiki rig flies, I've caught a few pinfish on them without putting any other bait on there, but they almost won't touch it without some shrimp or worm or something tip on it. Got one down there playing with it. Just wait for him to take it enough I can set the hook on him. There's a fish. Okay, I heard somebody. Oh, somebody's up there walking their dog. Oh, that one came off. See what I mean? They flop. Unfortunately, he's probably too thick to fit between the pier boards. I mean, these things, they flop a lot. I was hoping Ashley was going to come down and watch the rods, but apparently not. Earlier I left, and she called me when I got to Publix the first time and said, you got a fish. Let me leave my microphone out here. I said, well, what kind is it? I don't know. I can't get it in that far. It comes up to the T thing, and then there's still a whole bunch of line. I'm like, the T thing should be the sinker slide. I think I might have this on mute. You're on both sides. I don't know what that means. I'll put it in its charger. Anyway, so the T thing, like that's a sinker slide. It had managed to work all the way up like 30 foot a leader and got up past that sinker, the FG knot. Hey everybody, I'm back. Where's the big bite? You just messing with me. It's funny when I do it to people. When y'all do it, it's just mean. Need to check and make sure y'all can hear me. Get the phone up here real quick. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. You can hear me. Look at that. Second. Boy, did I come back just in time or what? Oh. Oh. Whoa, 2 different rods going off. That could mean that they're crossed. What do we got? Do we have? What do we have? I know it's going to come as a huge shock to each and every one of y'all. It's catfish. My God, look at the cut on your fat self. It's like, yeah, you're no skinny girl yourself there, sunshine. I know. Yeah, we can be friends or we can be enemies. Which one you gonna be? He's like, well, you already stuck me, so. Oh God, what a belly you got on you. This is a pretty doggone big hardhead. I've been running about a pound, half pound to a pound and a half. I feel like about a 2-pounder. There she is. I know I've shown this before, just in case y'all, they have big nostrils. All right, this one has definitely gone off to the side. So it was actually a double. Oh, I didn't see what it was, but these catfish usually don't do that. Oh, it's a long fish. It is a gar. It is. I don't have an answer for you yet, folks. It's looking very, very gary. Let's see if I can switch around here without losing my rod. It's got a, oh Lord. He was pulling drag. I tried to stop my thumb, and that was not the best thing I've done. What is this thing? No, don't go under. Don't go under the. Don't go under there. Don't go under. Don't go under. I do believe it is a gar. And he went under my flow troll bucket. This is not going to end well for me. So he went under the flow troll bucket. Oh, maybe I can get it. There we go. Okay. He's trying to get tied back up in that bucket again. Dear Ashley, I could use your help. Okay. Ashley! 'Cause 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 Okay. I had no idea that they had gar in this salty of water. Hummer, son. He said no. Not gonna do it. Oh, Lord. I don't want to get down on one knee because I am not going to get back up easily. I'm going to have to lay down. I hope y'all can't see this. If he jumps out of his bed, I'm going to lose a rod. I've got this in free spool. Lord, have mercy. Here we go, folks. And I can guarantee you, all the things I brought with me. A measuring tape was one of them. So the hook is in his throat. That is him. He's just not moving. Let me get the camera in a more predictable spots. Come here, buddy. There he is. He got me 3 feet long. Big, pointy, long nose, which makes me think long nose. Got a lot of spots on him, which makes me think spots. He started squirming, so I tried to throw him in the water. He landed on the deck. He landed on this thing, and then slid off in the water. Holy flippin'. So we had double up. We had about a 3-pound hardhead. Those, I believe, yeah, those are both live. Pinfish. So we got hardhead. Let me see if I can move this a little further. Will this rotate some? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, that was not easy. Come on, come back up here. And I was sure he was going to get off because he got in that flow troll bucket real well. I couldn't just lift the flow troll bucket up because it had gone around the piling. Where's my button? There we go. So we got some black. Holy son of a gun. I'm sorry, folks. I don't mean to be dramatic, but that was not an expected fish. Sitting there going, saw the long nose on him, like it's weird sawfish or something. I was thinking, something exotic. Nope, it's gar. Okay. Glad I had my net out here because that was not going to happen any other way. And I found that once gar tire out, they become a lot more docile. I had caught one on a trot line, or a jug rather. And by the time I got to pull him in, he was like, okay, I ain't fighting you. We done. Just do what you need to do. And that one, once I landed him, that's kind of how he was. He's like, okay. You seem to have won this fight, so trying to see what I can find in here. Can use whole. Everything's been a reasonable size. Well, we got a pinfish. So I've been saying, and this pinfish is too big for this hook. 5/0 hook and 10-out pinfish. I've been saying that I wanted to catch something good on one of these Pensacola Alioses. Let's see how good the drag was and all that stuff. And let me tell you, I was not disappointed. That was a fun little fight. I'm sure I enjoyed it more than the fish did, though. Sure, the fish is kind of sitting there going, is it really a fight if I wasn't an active, willing participant? The answer to that is yes, sir. Yes, sir. Still a fight. So again, both of these Alioses had live pinfish. The other two have pinfish bits. So I'm going to tie a new rig on this one. And you know what? I got the time of the rig. Let's see. It was 5/0. It's 7/0. What else I got in here? There's a 10/0. There's a 100 pound. I don't want to do that. More 10/0 hundreds. Last option 7/0 40. So 7/0 60 is perfect. This 7/0 hook ain't much bigger than what was on there, but oh well. So I am on the trash fish trifecta. I wasn't even trying. All I need is another sail cat, and I will hit the trash fish trifecta. Again, did not even know gar would be this in the saltwater. I mean, this is not brackish. This is saltwater. I mean, the bay does feed into it, so I guess maybe it's not pure saltwater, but it's got to be 90%. I know because I made that number up. In any case, fish I did not expect to catch. That one threw me for a dead blame loop. So we'll tie this leader on with a trilene knot. For those who are not familiar with my channel, I've been doing a lot of knot strength test videos. Got a pull meter and a linear actuator that I have been testing different knots and lines on. The trilene knot is not really anything I've ever tied. I've always been, you know, Palomar, clinch, improved clinch. And I don't want to give away all my secrets, but there is a certain time when you should tie a clinch knot as opposed to an improved clinch knot. And that is, from my testing anyway, the 12th of never. There is no time that I've found that the clinch knot beats the improved clinch. And there's the one I was looking for earlier. Pinfish, I mean. The trilene knot is as good or slightly better the Palomar knot. Especially because it's hard to tie the trilene knot wrong, but you can tie the Palomar knot incorrectly. I mean, yes, it's a simple knot to tie, but you can get some extra twist in there that seem to negatively impact the strength of the knot. Whereas with trilene knot, you really can't do that. Only thing you can do is not put enough twist in it. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. I have a playlist on tying knots as well as a playlist on different strengths tested, the strength testing that I've done on knots. And you may find some really useful stuff. You may find that I'm an idiot. If you find that I'm an idiot, do not think that you've made an amazing discovery, because lots of people know I'm an idiot. Man, that was fun. So I got those baits out. And I'm going to try to get a couple more extra baits in the bin. I ran out of bait earlier. It was very frustrating. It's like nothing wanted to go right all at once. So on these sabiki rigs, I'm using salted shrimp as the tip on these little flies. They don't seem to want to hit the flies without something on them. I also have tried red worms, and they seem to work fine too. If you look earlier into the video today, you will see the recipe for salted shrimp, which is amazingly enough super secret recipe of salt and shrimp. But it toughens these shrimp up big time, so that they're not nearly as easy to get off the hook. Preserves them, so you don't have to refrigerate them. They don't smell, and that shrimp toughens them up. Dries them out basically is what it does, and it toughens them up in as little as less than a day. Because when I made my little concoction the first time, Ashley's dad's like, what exactly are we doing here? Why are you putting salt on the shrimp? And he's like, pretty good idea. So my two rods in the center, those are anvil rods. They have the PC Fun. Well, missed him. Alios 400. Low profile bait caster. They have bait clickers on them. I've been really excited to test these reels. I've had them for a while, and they've done fine. But I haven't caught anything good size on them till tonight. I don't know what that gar weighed, but felt like at least 10 pounds. The other two rods are, doggone it, you kidding me. Out in front of me, I see something swimming, and I'm telling you, it's got to be another dead king dar. It's got the right body profile. Of course, if I hadn't caught a gar, I would have told you I didn't know what that thing was, but now it looks like a gar. Sorry, I was talking and saying words and forgot what I was saying. This one kind of hooked himself funny. Another pinfish. Rinse my hand off real quick. He decided it was pooping time. And I'm trying to see where the water's going to come out. There it is. And I lost my train of thought of what I was talking about. But the rods. Those are Spinfisher 6 combos. And I added some tape. It's just glow party tape, I think is what they call it. It's on Amazon. It's like $7 for 6 15-foot rolls, something like that. And I think they show up pretty good under black light, especially for as little work as I've done on them. Okay, so my sabiki rig has got itself a little bit tangled. Trying to untangle it. And the size sabiki rig that I'm using is a size 6. And I thought that meant it would have size 6 hooks on it. It's got probably size 12 hooks on it. Maybe size 10. Maybe size 14. They're tiny. But they were good for pinfish. And these fish mostly won't touch just the fly. They want a morsel of something on there. Dang it. I'm getting plenty of bites. Just need to turn them into baits. So those Alios 400s have bait clickers on them, which is one of the reasons that I was really interested in getting them. I like a low profile bait caster, so I was real excited when I saw those. Now they're not as inexpensive as some of their other reels. Beast Fun makes some inexpensive spinning reels, and they make some round bait casters. They're around $50 a piece that are quite decent reels. These go on sale for usually $129, $149. I managed to catch them on sale for $100 and got 2 of them. I've got 2 of the 300, which is the smaller size, but they don't have the bait clicker. They still hold a decent amount of line, but I really like bait clickers on my catfish rigs / well, whatever, any kind of set rigs like these. I mean, yeah, you can lower the drag considerably, where you can, put bells on them and stuff, both of which work. But there's just something about the zing of a bait clicker going off. Now the Spin Fisher 6500s, those are the live liner model. So they have the rear drag and then the fighting drag. So they also are set, the rear drag set fairly light. So we're not, you get some people that they like to have their rods pointed straight up, and I wish these had a little sharper angle to them, but people like watching the takedowns, watching that rod bend over big, and nothing against that. I like the zing. The spinning reels don't have a lot of sound when the drag turns. Sounds like spinning reel drag. But those Alios reels, they have a real nice bait clicker on them. It's a good size bait there. Pinfish, it looks like. So this is the size 3 sabiki rig. Has a considerably larger hook than the size 6. Okay, sunshine. Ah! Sorry, that was a hook going in me. I was trying to keep him from falling. He really can't. It'd be hard for a fish that size to get through the dock, but still rather not have to bend over to pick him up. But he said he didn't really care about how difficult my life was when he's got a hook in his face. All these reels have braid on them. I was thinking that the spinning reels were 20, but I think they're actually 50-pound braid. And the bait casters have 65-pound braid, and I think they're all running 60-pound leaders, mono leaders, shock leaders. So they're, it's probably 20 or 30 feet of mono on those. And then tying those with FG knots. And I did test the FG knot, and it breaks at the knot, like where the braid will break right as it enters the knot, which is kind of to be expected. Because the braid is on the FG knot, typically you're going to have the braid is going to be lighter than the mono in strength. Of course, it's also thinner. But let's see what I've got here. I've got a little bit of line twist in here. There we go. Making that top bait not present quite as well as I'd like. And on sabiki rigs, while you can, make your own with jigs and stuff, buying them with these flies is really, I don't know, I think they were around $1 a piece. They come with 6 hooks, and I cut them in half because 6 hooks flying around with a pinfish is just atrocious. All they do is get everything all rattled up together, and while in theory you could catch 6 fish at a time, the way these pinfish flop around, they're just going to kick each other off. Third rod is going, having a little attention. Okay, more attention than a little. These are circle hooks, so that's why I'm not just jumping up. Let him do it. I'll turn the clicker off so he has an easier run about him. So it's basically in free spool right now. So he's free spooling off, and when he's got a good run going, I'll just take it out of free spool and trying to reel down on him. That feels like it's just the bait doing his thing. That was a fairly large pinfish, if memory serves. So he may just be really agitated because somebody's wanting to invite him out to dinner, where he will be the guest of honor. So I set the clicker back. I'm just setting it straight in front of me, holding on to the rod. See if it wants to take another run. Because even with the tail cut off of these guys, like I said, I'm clipping it right at the edge of the tail. They can still move pretty good. And these are on Carolina rigs with a 4-ounce pyramid sinker. Reef rubber is either going live or will be in 30 minutes. Doing his sticker giveaway. Okay, so we got, come on, give it a good pull. Okay, so I just clicked it shut. I'm gonna let the rod set the hook. I'm just reeling up some of the slack. Okay, so I've made contact with something. So I'm moving the sinker and the bait just a little bit. I was hoping that would entice something to chase. Apologize, I've been up to pain. Catfish count. Oh, listen to me. I've got one hardhead off camera. I got a 3-pounder on camera, and I got like a 3-foot effing gar. I did not know you had gar in saltwater. And right now I'm playing with something. Well, I had to put a pretty good size pinfish out. I clipped his tail and his fins, but he didn't seem to. Seems like he'd got somebody down there that wants to take him to dinner or make dinner out of him. He's done a couple of good runs. Nothing good enough. Hey, guide me, Jesus. Hey, fishing with Ben. Got 7 people watching, 30 thumbs up. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Apologize for being preoccupied a little bit tonight. I ran out of bait earlier gig, and oh, rod number 2. And it got me really frustrated. Close this one up, turn the clicker off, because no point in reeling in with the clicker. We will see if he wants to give me a good pull. I hope you guys can see okay. If you can, it's Gigability's fault. So, Billy, you didn't tell me they had gar out here. That feels like a good tug. Let's reel down on him, man. Oh, he got us something. Not huge, but it is up. It did break the water, so it may be another bleepy gar. Billy, why didn't you tell me they had gar here? I'd have stayed home if I'd known there was gar. He was not fun to get in. Now, what we got? Come here, sunshine. I hear you. You're looking catfishy. Oh, it's a sail cat. You hear that, folks? If I land this, we got the trash fish trifecta. We got the hardhead. We got a gar. And we got gaff topsail cat. So these are very pretty catfish. Not as pretty as Gigability in the morning, but still. Let me go get my fish grippers. Because the last time I tried to lip one of these, it did not appreciate it in the least. He tried to share his hook with me. While I appreciate sharing is caring, thank you, but no. And Billy, I did catch a couple of... Oh, come on, buddy. Catch a couple of croakers as bait, too. Where are my pliers? Come here, pliers. In my pocket, of course. Gonna need them to get this hook out. There we go. That is a gaff top sail cat. And they are pretty. Look at these gorgeous long fins. 2 pec fins and dorsal fin, and then these big, long, Lorax looking fins on the front. Every one of these guys, every catfish I've got, man, he is a slimy one. These gaff tops have a lot of slime on them. They like to slime up the hook pretty good. He's probably, I don't know, 2.5 pounds. They are such a pretty fish. Very pretty fish. And the hardheads are not considered good eating. I've not tried one. They look a lot like channel catfish, except with bigger nostrils. And The gaff tops are supposed to be good eating. But I think when people think about saltwater fish, they're not thinking about catfish. I think that's part of the stigma. That, and I don't want to besmirch anybody, but Gulf people are sissies when it comes to catfish bites, catfish stings. They're like, oh, I'm gonna put you in the hospital. You won't ever feel anything with that hand for the rest of your life. Last time I was here, sail cat got me. Not horribly bad, but still enough. And just like freshwater, you rub the slime on it. Whether or not that actually is supposed to, scientifically work, it does. So I will always do that. And it, had a little bit of a sting to it, but none of this, went to the hospital for 6 months and got stung in the pinky finger and they had to amputate the whole left side of my body. Sorry. I am kind of making fun of people, but some of these folks are just soft. And I mean, they don't feel good, but people likening it to something like a stingray. Yeah, no. Let's get back with the program. I'm sure Billy is proud of me for catching another catfish. Yeah, they come out of the rivers, but I'm down in the intracoastal below Perdido Bay. So, I mean, I thought this would have been too salty for him. I was not impressed. Hey, Mr. Rogers, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here, folks. I appreciate the thumbs up and the watch hours and just the support you folks give me. I had hoped to pick up a lot of extra views from the vertical lives and such. That has not really. I got to learn out. I got to figure out what Mark's secret sauce is, other than being better than me at fishing, because he seems to go live and get every troll in the neighborhood in there. And I am impressed with Mark, NJ Fishing Maniac, because he is able to engage with his chat, keep up with chat. I mean, he misses some messages, but not like I've been doing, just trying to very basically, just trying to take fish off and get more bait. And part of that is, in fact, the fact that I am trying to get bait. And that, that keeps me focused on, believe it or not, the words I just used, getting bait, as opposed to paying attention to chat. But I do come back to chat. I do read your messages. I read each and every one of them. If you troll me, I'll troll you back. As long as you don't get disgusting. I don't mind a good troll. Just put a little thought into it, a little work. If you're going to be low effort and tell me I'm fat, I mean, congratulations, Einstein. I don't know how to help you past that, buddy. I mean, like, people will come into Cindy's and say just stupid stuff. There's really, again, I respect a good troll. But drugs are bad and stuff like that is just stupid. It's not funny. It's not witty. It's not worth anyone's time. All you're doing is showing your lack of intelligence by saying something that basic and stupid. But I love how Mark can just troll the snot out of people. Hey, what are we doing here? I don't know. Fishing rods. We're rebuilding a Hyundai engine. What do you think we're doing? which I realize they're coming in from the shorts feed. They don't know you. They like, hey, what are we doing here? Because people have such limited attention spans these days, which is kind of funny that I'm talking about that when I am talking about a subject and then squirrel and then like, what was I talking about? I think TikTok is the devil. I just, not that I'm not putting out a little bit of content on TikTok, very little bit. Hey, Coastal, my friend, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Now, I mean, I've gotten stuck by catfish. I've gotten stuck by freshwater. I've got, like I say, I got stuck by a gaff top. And no, I'm not saying that it's a pleasant experience. Hello.
Neil out here?
No, Neil is he headed back today.
Oh, okay. I'm his neighbor. I just thought he was out.
Taylor?
Yeah.
Hey, nice to meet you, man. Little fishy. Good to meet you.
What's your name?
Mike.
Mike, nice to meet you.
I'm Ash's his oldest daughter. I'm her fiance.
Sweet. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we came down for spring break. Trying to catch the good fish. Caught a dang gar.
It's a little low right now.
Yeah, I noticed that, since Sunday or since Saturday night it went down.
I mean, blue crab, you throw nets like on the shoreline. That's about it right now. I mean, you might get like a sheephead but with the tide being so low and this wind blowing like this, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I got one of his crab traps out. I had a crab net, the little basket type, and
I got 5 on the boat dock, so go over there and grab any one you want.
yeah, I saw him over there, but I caught a hardhead earlier and made him bait.
Yeah.
And he has not produced yet, but
The
about the only
blue
thing.
crab kind of like weird stuff like chicken, red snapper heads. That's my best, but this time of year it has to be like on the grass line. You put it out here, you ain't gonna catch shit.
Oh, okay.
Deep
Yeah.
water, you ain't gonna catch nothing.
Because earlier, when I was walking up earlier today, I actually saw a crab moving. Like, ooh, there is a crab here.
No,
So-
I saw like 4 or 5 at sundown in mine, like in the grass. So it's just warmer for them right now.
Yeah, I moved him
But,
up
I mean,
a little bit.
They
But
were big male, like big boys. So
yeah, I was just wanting to use them as bait. And when I told Ashley I was going to try some blue crab, she's like, ooh, for dinner? I was like, okay.
yeah, but you can use mine. I'm not using them right now. Just throw them along the shoreline here.
Okay.
You'll catch some for sure.
I appreciate it.
Even if you put the little circular ones out like chicken, where you can just like pull them up.
Yeah.
You'll kill them too.
Yeah, he made chicken legs a couple nights ago, and I was sitting there going, can I keep one of those?
So he was just here, Neil?
Yeah, he left. He and Emily left today.
I can always hear his dumbass, but I didn't hear him.
Yeah, well, Bertha's needing some work. When he starts it up, it grinds a couple of times before the starter catches. I don't know if it's the solenoid or what on it. He thinks it may be the flywheel missing some teeth.
I said, Neil, so I don't really know what kind of point you're still trying to prove by driving that. I mean, he's just a simple man. I realized he's a simple man. I said, dude, I am no like show, like whatever. I said, but I just bought this 3-liter diesel Duramax and like it's the greatest thing ever. Like comparatively driving around a freaking 04 Tahoe with 200,000 miles, like
yeah, I think it's a goal for him. He wants to see how long it's going to take for the wheels to fall off.
But he's like I said, he's a simple man. He doesn't need what I have. Like for me, I want a nice truck. I live in my vehicle. I work in my vehicle, so I want a nice vehicle. But somebody like him, he doesn't give a rat's ass.
No,
he does not care.
Yeah, he grew up without
which isn't a bad thing.
a lot of money.
Vehicles are terrible.
Oh yeah,
So.
yeah. I just got a Titan because I wanted the last of the naturally aspirated V8s before they killed them off, and I'm enjoying it till get to the gas pump.
What year is it?
24.
24. Oh yeah.
I worry about
I've never
these.
had a Nissan, but
Yeah, well, I've been wanting one for 20 years because when they first came out, they out towed anything in the half-ton class.
Yeah.
And but now it's so difficult to go to dealerships. Like, well, we got this one for about the same price. Like, oh, it's a twin turbo four. What are you putting a four-cylinder cart for? Help me again. I can't. I'm still, the no replacement for displacement kind of guy. And I know the Chevys have had problems with their big V8s with the selective cylinder shut off and active fuel management. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's why that three. I mean, to me, any truck should have a three. I mean, my mom got it in her Yukon XL, and I was like, oh, whatever. But she was getting 32 miles to a freaking gallon,
That's nice.
and then in mine, I'm getting like 34 in town.
Oh,
And-
wow.
And I had a 14 Denali that was gas, V8, and
You got about 14.
14, 15.
Yeah.
So I was getting like, I don't know, like 250 maybe on tank for basically the same price, and then I'm getting like 550 on a tank now with the Duramax. So I don't know. I haven't had any problems with it at 45,000 miles, and I don't know, for gas mileage to have a truck,
Yeah.
and then still it sounds like a diesel when you start it, but then
But that's the
after
only
that,
time. Yeah.
it doesn't. I had a 2500 before, and I loved it. I love a true like loud diesel. My mom had a Ford Excursion when we were growing up, so we always were around diesels. I love it, but just not, a big old 6 liter diesel is gonna fucking suck you dry.
Oh, yeah.
But when you start that, when you have to like prime those little Ford Excursion, like click it over, prime it, and then start it, there's nothing like that in my opinion. But,
Yeah. Get the glow plugs warmed up.
Oh yeah. But after it's like 8 years old, it's like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Nobody will work on it that knows what they're doing. So we'll see. Still here all weekend, or
Yeah, we're here till Friday. I was going to bring the kayak this time, but with the storm,
left
I
you the
didn't.
keys to the boat probably?
No. I've never had to do the boat into, with current and stuff, current tide and all that.
Low tide.
Yeah,
That
so
current and wind right now.
I'm impressed with him even getting it in that slip.
Literally, anybody that can do a boat on this side, middle of summer, you're a good boater.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a deep V freshwater boat,
Oh,
but
Neil's fucked it up in here. Don't let him lie to you.
no, but he does not
No, he's
appreciate
he's
fish
a
on
good
his boat.
boater. Uh-uh.
He does not understand the finer points of fish guts on a boat.
No, he's not. He's not. No. But he's just that boat's for cruising.
Yeah.
Not for.
That's his family bow rider. Yeah.
I'm kind of a fisherman, but I'd rather just go out and cruise like he does too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like cruising with fishing poles.
Hey, no.
Like, it's getting hot. Crank it up. Start
Yeah,
moving.
you got some poles out. You should catch something. But
Yeah.
Dude, Neil does not fish. So like this little area, other than but middle of summer, May 15th to August 15th, all the charter boats are just sitting right there in the morning.
What is it that I know it's something between this dock and your dock that they come after the
So there's
spots?
a shelf, and I would say probably my big boat's off. That was always the marker, but I would say that middle light right there is close to where so it's seagrass, and then a shelf drops,
Oh, okay.
and then that's where all the specks and reds will sit in the morning and afternoon. But the charter fishing boats will just throw one of those bobbers out there, easy little whatever, little shrimp on it, dude, nonstop reel them in. I don't know how there's any fish left here.
Oh, wow. Because
It is literally every day one boat comes, leaves, another charter boat comes. It's like 4 charter boats, and they all are just reeling in fish nonstop.
So how close do I need to get? How close do I need to cast to your dock to get?
As close as you can to the tip of it. You can't
Okay.
get there from here. So
I've gotten about 3/4 of the way. So
yeah, but yeah, that shelf, and it varies. The tide's super low right now, so it's probably a little further up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've seen them out
But
there,
it's
but I
one of
haven't.
the-
I've not seen them pull stuff
on
in.
this side of Inverarity, it's one of the best. I mean, if this charter boat captains are coming here, you know
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah. Then everybody they bring, is local. They come out. Oh, I
And
know
then
this
if they
spot.
can't catch a speck or a red, then they just go under the boat docks and go out there and get those uh, little snappers. So
Ooh, what have I caught? Oh, you. What kind of snappers? Mangroves?
yeah, little mangrove. Yeah, they're thick here. They'll get
Really?
big, too.
I have not caught croaker's the most exciting thing I've caught. That in the gar tonight.
So if you want to walk on my boat dock, it is sketchy. It's not like stable like this, but it'll hold you. Right underneath my little small platform, I built a little like reef, I guess.
Mhm.
And there's this size mangrove and sheephead just swimming right now. So literally just throw a hook with a shrimp with a little freaking weight, and you'll pull them up left and right.
Oh yeah, because I throw shrimp over here. The little peckerheads get me the.
And then the guy that rented before me, he threw like toilets and all kinds of stuff like rape.
Yep. Guaranteed to be a catfish. I am the. Uh-oh. That sounded. Usually my catfish won't do that. Let's see, it probably was this one.
I've never seen those wide up holes like that.
Yeah, they're. Oh, yep, something's on here. Oh, woo. Face on there now. I hate how this YouTube is just there. Okay. Well, see if I can get some volume out of it. There. Okay. Okay, good. See if I can get some volume out of it. So I am back, folks. Not sure how long it's been not working, but second guard, about 2.5 footer. Let me see if he left the hook for me. He didn't want to give the hook up, and then he finally spit it. Kind of had it in his mouth and then wrapped around it. So I cut it, and then didn't see it in his mouth anymore. But now I don't see it on the dock here. Neighbor stopped by to say hi, which was very nice. There's no 7/0. Gave me some pointers on catching the blue crabs, and gave me some pointers on some fishing around here. So that was awful nice. Good information I've been looking for because her dad didn't really fish. So the left rod does not have a live pinfish on it. The center rod does. So that center rod's been moving a bit. But I think that's just the pinfish trying to stay away from moving near. I'll get this other rig tied back up and get the fourth rod back out there again. So I'm tying this up with, I've got a 7/0 hook that I'm using. All these are circle hooks, non-offsets. There's a lot of the reef fish that you can't use offset circle hooks. Has to be non-stainless, non-offset. And so I try to always use non-offset. They're supposed to be better for the fish. even less gut hooking than offset circle hooks. And that way, if all I have are the inline circles, then I don't have to worry about what I'm using where and when and all that kind of stuff. Just the same hook everywhere, or same style hook. Obviously different sizes. I'm tying this rig on with a trilene knot. Big fan of trilene knot, actually. Never used to tie it. So I started doing knot strength tests. Actually was going to come back out here, she said. She may be playing chicken with me to see which one of us is going to give up first. Her coming out here or me going in. But she may also be hanging out with the boys. Let's see what we get out of this. There's yeah, that's small enough to be a pinfish. I do have a couple of croakers in there. They're going to be better, I think, as cut bait. They're a little bit than I want for. But after running out of bait earlier today, glad to have them in there. Take him over here and groom him with the bait shears a little bit. Yeah, sorry about that. I caught 2 gar. I've caught 2 sail cats and 2 hardheads. And I would not have expected that I would catch gar, but I thought it was too salty for him. I was wrong. I was so wrong. First one was about a 3-footer, and the second one was about a 2.5-footer. The pinfish were hitting earlier, and they seem to have slacked off. I've got a couple of croaker and probably a couple of pinfish still left for bait for tomorrow, but I'd like to have some more before I call it a night. Guys, I appreciate everybody coming in and watching. Appreciate the support. Trying to keep up with Chad a little bit. Yeah, Money Mike, I mean, this one's still, excuse me. This pinfish is Still out there fighting. He's afraid of becoming somebody's dinner. Let's see. Still got, two of the three flies still had bait on them. Go ahead and put in a fresher piece, a bigger piece on this one. See if I can get a little more action over here. I really thought Ashley was going to come out and catch some more bait. She's really good at that. It's real helpful. She's a really good lady. They are hard to find these days. And I've been lamenting that I haven't caught any crabs. And he told me I'm too deep. Need to put them out a lot closer to the shore. It's like, well, cool. Said he had crab traps over there. If I wanted to use them, I was welcome to them. And real friendly. It feels like my pinfish have given up on being out tonight. I'm gonna move that crab trap. Try a little bit more bait fishing. See if anything happens over here. And I will definitely be out fishing tomorrow again. Because it's vacation. It's what I'm here for. Because I'd moved the trap. I mean, y'all can't see it, I realize, but I thought I was too shallow. So I moved the trap further back over here to the dock. He's like, nope. You'd be right up. Closer. And doesn't that sound like music to the ear? Come on. You want to play? Let's play. I'm turning off the clicker. Still got it free spool. He makes another good run. There he is. He's taking a run. Oh, stopped again. What I want to do is, in the middle of the run, just kind of engage the spool. Let that circle hook do its job. And there he goes again. Come on, give me a good run. Okay, I'll just engage it and wait till he gives it a good tug. Even pull it up so it gives a good takedown. Come on, baby. There you go. There you go. Come on. With a circle hook, if he's hooked, he's hooked. I just am not convinced that he's hooked yet. He does not seem to be convinced that he's hooked yet either. And now my second rod to the left is going off. I mean, not. It is the pinfish is getting agitated. Okay. Gonna reel down on him. And that is there. Okay. Just say there was like no pressure. I think he has. I don't know what I think. I think I'm reeling in an empty line. Yep. Empty hook. Shucky, darn. Well, yeah, it does tell us some things. One, that you can wait too long. And two, that the fish aren't asleep yet. Come here. You're a pinfish. I can feel it. Come on. There we go. They have some tough skin on these pinfish. I'm just going to set him right here, just straight down for right now. Let's see what's going on with this one, because it's had enough pull in it. It may have something on it. No, I think that's just the pinfish itself. Or not. There we go. Fish on. What in the... Oh. Oh, that explains why. My God, look at this. This is hilarious. The fish in the front is the bait. Fish behind it is what it thought was going to eat. That bait. Bro, don't know how to help you. Little hardhead. Come on. Ooh, something just stabbed me. Oh, it's a pinfish. It's the pins on the pinfish. Brother. What have you done? There we go. Little hardhead. By hardhead. And that was the bait he was trying to eat. He had delusions of grandeur. Ain't no question about that. The bait was a little bigger than I wanted it to be, but at this point, I'm glad to have bait. Silly little hardhead. I mean, he definitely had, you know, maybe he thought he was eating for 12. Don't get me wrong, the freshwater catfish aren't any better at that. They have some really big mouths. Well, they have really high hopes, I guess would be a better way of putting that. So I'm not getting a lot of distance on these because it's hard to cast. These timbers, poles, whatever these things are. But I'm doing well enough. Okay, so I got that done. Okay, yeah, it's gonna go back. What was I, oh no, I was gonna go move the crab traps. What I was gonna do when all this shindig started. Let me try to get some more bait. And every time I put another piece of bait on there, it's one less piece of bait I have. I know. Nobody knew there was gonna be a math class, was it? Did you? Set my bait rod down. See about checking that crab trap and moving it. Well, doggone it. I got all excited. I thought I saw something in there. Turns out I was just crazy. Trying to find the. Oh, there's the door. I'm attached to the door. So I'll run this in shallower. Told the neighbor I'd seen a crab earlier today. He's like, yeah, I saw 4 or 5 of them earlier. He said, they're out here. You just fishing too deep. So with any luck in the morning, we'll have some crabs. And my net, I checked it earlier. The bait had been stolen again. I'll just leave it as it is. Because those nets, you know, when they just, you hope something gets on there and you pull it up. I'm not going to be monitoring it, and there's no point baiting it up. So if memory serves, that's my 3rd hardhead tonight. 2 sow cats, 2 gar, and pinfish and croaker I caught with bait. Ooh, I see a crab down there. Little bitty one. He is floating around on top of the water. Look kind of like escaped bait. He's the size I'd be using for fiddler crabs. So I keep seeing the line on this right rod move a little bit. That may just be, yeah, just the wind blowing it around a little bit. And over here to the right where I'm fishing with the bait rod, there's a light down there on the dock that, points downward. And it usually draws in some bait, which is probably also why the gar were hanging around. I was really expecting I get more action over there right now. Just tighten down. Yeah, there's one that was a little loose. Thought one of those was a little bit loose. Now I'm just running the bait rod over here to the right of me, left of me. The right of me now. When I turn around, it'll be left of me. See what you fine folks are talking about. Thank you, nobody really. I appreciate you. Well, now you got a wrench. Look at that. What fish? Whoops. Fish am I catching? Hey, wicked weasel. I've been out here. Well, corrosive. I was out this morning, took a couple hours off, and came back out. So, what I'm catching and what I want to be catching are not the same thing. Yeah. Hey, Lawrence, welcome in. Hey, Rude, welcome in, my friend. So I've caught two gar. One was about 2.5 feet. One was about 3 feet. Not sure if it were long nose or spots because they had both long noses and spots. Got 3 hardheads, or maybe 4. I don't remember, and a couple of sail cats. And I've got a crab trap out. It caught nothing. I had a crab net out most of the day. It caught nothing. But I was talking to the neighbor, came over and was talking to me, and he fishes. And he was telling me about, I knew that, her dad had talked about how the charter boats like to come between the two docks. And he said, there's a shelf over there. The grass ends and then the shelf just drops off. And the charter boat captains come in there darn near every day. He said he's seen a couple of sheep's head, a couple of reds over there. Main thing they go for over there are the sea trouts. But he was telling me, he's like, in here you can catch anything, even though I seem to be the catfish master. But in fairness, a lot of the catfish that I've caught have been off of cut bait, and a lot of these critters like live bait. Although the last hardhead I caught, God bless his heart, he was probably a pound, and he was going after the bait he was going after was not going to fit in his mouth. But it was funny. He had high hopes, and I can tell you, every catfish I've caught has had a full belly. So they are not starving out here. So there's a lot of eelgrass out here. I mean, a lot. And that gives these fish something to try to bury down into to get away from the predators. It also is good for the crabs. Gives them the same, something to kind of hide in when they need to, and also can hold stuff for them to feed on. Neighbor told me that I had my crab The crab pot was too deep. I needed to be, just basically just right in the shore. So I moved it closer. I have a hard head that cut him in half and put him in there as bait. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. He offered to let me use his crab pots and go over on his dock, and it's real helpful. I'm trying to catch some more bait. I don't really care if I catch any more fish, but I do want to catch some more bait because I ran out of bait earlier today, and it was frustrating because usually I don't have a problem catching pinfish here. But this morning they were not biting at all. And then when you're out of bait and you're trying to catch some, I had one rod that was waiting for bait. And my sabiki rigs were not. They wouldn't tie up on themselves and all kinds of fun stuff. So when you see these rods hit, so this is the second rod from the left over here. The two center ones have live pinfish on them, and that one's actually a good sized pinfish. So he can move. He's going to jiggle that rod a lot. And I had something on the third rod that he zoomed off a few times, and I finally tried to catch him mid zoom, and he took the bait and went away. Left me with broken dreams and a hook. I have not caught anything except white trout here that I would consider eating, or the sail cats. I could eat those, but I'm wanting to catch stuff exciting stuff. I can catch gar in freshwater. I can catch catfish in freshwater. Can't catch red drum. Can't catch black drum. Can't catch flounder. Can't catch sheephead. Jack Cravalle, which, I mean, they're trash fish, but in theory, but they give up a good fight. But I did hit the trash fish trifecta. I got hard heads, I got sail cats, and gar. It's funny, both of the gar were really hard to tire out to get them in. But once you got them in and laying on the dock, they were like, I'm just going to sit here. You do what you need to do. I have armor scales. I ain't scared of you. I keep thinking that left rod's going to do something. The far left one. For anybody curious, I've got black light hanging there. The two center rods, I've not done anything to them. That's the way they come. The other two rods are actually the same rods. The two on the ends are identical to each other. But I bought some fluorescent gaff tape off Amazon. So that's why they have any glow to them at all. But that's also why they look different from each other, because it's just tape. It's like a cotton tape. It was funny reading the reviews because it talks about, that they shine under black lights. People like, I held them up. They didn't glow very long. They didn't hold a charge on them. I'm like, that's not the kind. It's not. They're made for black lights, people. They had people say that the tape didn't hold, and I'm like, I've got them wrapped around rods, and they're holding up. I don't know what y'all were trying to do with them. Of course, the opposite is Temu reviews, where everything's 5 stars. It's like, was green, perfect. Like, what do you? What are you reviewing here that's perfect? And then, you get some of these items, teamer, and you're like, what fool thought these were perfect? Are these actual real reviews? Or you guys just writing words in there and making it look that way? I always trust critical reviews more than I do lovey reviews. Hey, Lawrence Ratliff, excuse me. I am fishing in the Intercoastal Waterway down in Pensacola, Florida, in saltwater. I've got a few hardheads today, a couple of gaff top sail cats, and a couple of gar. Yay! So I'm on spring break and down here with my fiance and their kids, and I'm gonna be fishing most days this week, if not all of them. So if you like saltwater fishing, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'll be out here live streaming as much as I can. I hope to go surf fishing one day, at least one day this week. If not, I'll be fishing out on the dock. And let's see what else. I've got a bunch of knot tying videos and knot strength tests on my channel. And then what I normally do when I fish is I fish for catfish, bluegill, crappie, stuff like that. I'm based out of the Memphis, Tennessee area. I appreciate you watching and supporting the channel by watching and subscribing and all that fun stuff. Hitting that thumbs up tells YouTube I'm not a complete idiot. I mean, I am. They don't need to know, right? It's a secret. I do have a bait rod out. Trying to catch some bait for tomorrow. These little sabiki rig flies. I've got tipped with some salted shrimp. What you do is you take your shrimp and you use non-iodized salt and you just cover them up. You can do the same thing with bluegill or these pinfish or anything. And the salt dries them out, toughens them up, preserves them. They don't rot. They don't stink. The second rod is bouncing a lot. It's got a big pinfish on it. And as he gets friends wanting to come over and say hi, they get agitated and try to move around. I actually caught one of the hardheads off of that actual bait. The bait was not going to fit in that hardhead's mouth. He had delusions of grandeur. And they are the two center are bait casters. They're the PC Fun Alios 400s. So they hold a good amount of line and they have bait clickers on them. The two outside rods are Penn Spinfisher 6500 live liners. So they've got the rear drag on them, which is very low tightness. I don't know what you would call it. So none of them are going to go flying off if something nails them. They're all going to give. But boy, when those bait caster zingers go off, man, they sound so beautiful. So I fished here a few times before. One time, my first time out here, I lost a rod. It pulled a rod up over the chair and into the water before I could even react. And that was long gone. And then two other times I've gotten broken off by, I don't know what they were. I couldn't turn them. So I'm fishing with heavier gear this time. It could have been stingrays, could have been big bull red, could have been big black drum, big Jack Cravalle, could have been a shark. Did have every time I'm here, not each day, but every visit I'm here, I've seen dolphins. Had a nice close one today. He was maybe 5 feet diagonally away from me. He was very near the shore, near the top of the water. And even kind of did a little bit of side roll for me. That should be coming out as a short if I remember to take the time to do that. But I did get him on camera. He was real. I love dolphins. I think they're just very beautiful animals. I don't ever want to hook one because I don't want to damage them. I would like to catch a blacktip shark or anything that I can keep and eat. The thing I like about sharks, blacktips, you can keep them. I forget the minimum length; it ain't much. But a lot of the sharks that you can keep have to be a minimum of 48 or 54 inches. So it's going to provide some meat. Now there are a lot of shark species that you aren't even allowed to take the gills out of the water. And just the thought of having to get in the water at the beach with the shark to try to unhook him or cut the leader right next to the hook, this doesn't seem like a lot of fun. Now, granted, I mean, the great white is on that list for Florida that you can't take out of the water, but a lot of the species are not carnivorous anyway, so it's not like you have a lot of risk of them taking a bite out of your crime. But anyway, the saltwater is hard fishing for me because it's not something I'm used to. So, there's a whole bunch of different species of sharks, and you got to know what you're dealing with, whether you can keep it or whether you're even allowed to take it out of the water at all. And yeah. So like I say, this rod here, this second one from the left, it's a 7/0 hook, and the pinfish is actually too big for a 7/0 hook, but it's what I had and what I used. So he's got some strength to him. I mean, like I say, the clickers are on these, so he didn't really set the clicker off, but he does make the rods jiggle. Now, what I can tell you is I have a really good way of catching bait. If I'm not catching anything, what I do, take my little Floetrol bucket here, and it needs to go in the water periodically. It's got water in it, but you also have the fish in there that are, doing nature's business and creating ammonia and sucking up the oxygen. So it needs to go back in the water periodically anyway, even though there's water, that stays in it so that it can rinse itself out. But usually when I put that back in, then I can catch another fish because then I have to pull the darn thing way back up again. And when you've got pinfish in one hand and you're trying to hand over hand that rope, yeah, makes for a non-dull day. Let's see if that fly is wrapped up a lot. Just around and around and around the hook or the standing line. It doesn't go off the side. So I've done that, fix that. And off the front of the dock, where you're facing, what you're seeing to the left or to the right, to the far right, there is a light that points downward into the water that helps attract bait fish. But we had the big storm that everybody had on Saturday. It wasn't horrible here, but stirred up the water a lot. Pushed a lot of water out. Tide's about a foot lower than normal, even with the normal, high tide, low tide fluctuation. It was probably 2 feet higher on Saturday night, and it really moves about 0.8 of a foot from high to low tide. We don't get a big change in tide here. And the water's cleared up pretty good. I mean, I figured it would be nothing but nasty, and usually that means catfish. I am catching the catfish, and it's hard not to catch catfish because nobody eats the hardheads. They are despised as trash fish down here. The sailcats, some people will eat, but I mean, almost nobody touches the hardheads. They say they're just nasty, nasty fish. And they only get, 2 or 3 pounds is a good sized fish for a hardhead. They don't get super big like blue cats do or channel cats do up north. And sail cats, they get up to 8 pounds or so. Biggest one I've caught is 3 or 4. So none of these catfish are, trophy size like freshwater cats are. And that second rod from the left is still just, it's having a little good timer. Now it could be. There's another little channel cat playing with it. It just does say that. There goes the pop. And as I'm playing with the bait rod over here, when I pulled it up, I saw something would come up with it. Kind of chase it a little bit. There's some kind of growth down there on this one little piling. Maybe algae or something, I don't know. Or a clump of seagrass. I was hoping for more than just a tiny little zing out of that rod. It has been a very calm day as far as wind goes out here. Usually, even on the calm days, there's spurts of wind, but wind has laid down pretty good. Oh, or another one of those little pops, just enough to get you excited. And I was hoping that something was going to happen there. I think maybe it's time to just pull them in and call it a night. Like I say, I was hoping to catch a few more bait fish, so I'd have a good start for tomorrow. I do have a couple of Atlantic croakers in there and maybe a pinfish or two still left. But I like to have enough bait to get all 4 of the rods out plus another refill. Trying to drop right next to these piers on whatever side I can get. See if I can find something that wants to eat the salted shrimp. But it's weird earlier because I ran out of bait. I actually had one of a 5-aught hooks. I put a piece of salted shrimp on and cast it out pretty far. Danged if a pinfish wasn't out there pecking on it. Of course, it was no way it was going to get that 5-aught hook in his mouth. I mean, pinfish do get big. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they you can get them. I think they get up to a couple of pounds. But most of what you see for bait is smaller than bluegill, or as small as bluegill. Let's see. I do appreciate all you guys joining. So these pinfish that I have out, normally I just let them loose if they're still alive. The problem is, I watched one of the saltwater channels, and their suggestion, what they do is they cut the tail off right at the end of the tail, just so it has a chance to let off with some scent, and they hook it right there in the back of the tail. And I was fishing on credit. This was a part, a fish part, not a whole fish. Doesn't surprise me that got pecked off of there. And then cut the dorsal fin off, because the dorsal fin on pinfish they're pointy. This left rod would be another parts and pieces, if I remember correctly. So it's not feeling like there's anything on it. Any bait left? I mean, nope. Doing fishing to credit again. Surprising to me that, even without a hit. I mean, granted, it's 4-ounce pyramid sinker, so it's not like they don't have a little bit of weight in their favor. I'm surprised that, I don't see something useful happening. That's just me. Really easy then. This should have a live pinfish on it. Yep. He's still there. You see, I mean, they're live and kicking. But he's not. He won't make it out in the wild. Missing the tail and stuff. So I'll put him in there and hope that he survives the evening. And he can join me for bait again tomorrow. And this one has gotten, a couple of little pulls on it. Would not surprise me if there was a little bitty catfish on it. Oh, there's something on it. And that's exactly what it is. No, it's not. That's a doggone crab. Look at that shizzle. Look at that. No, sir, homegirl. Yeah, hey. Uh-oh. I'm here. Oh! Got me. Okay. Whew. And theory. Grab him really in the back. Farch. Now that is a good looking blue crab. That is a fine looking blue crab. You see by this narrow apron, that's a male. At first I was thinking it was female, but they have the wide apron. He drew blood. So, what do I do with him? Can't believe he held on that long. To the bait, I mean. Can you hear him? He's making that noise. Jesus. And he is holding on for dear life, man. He is like, he's not letting loose. Glad I brought these things. Okay. A 5-gallon bucket out here. I'll get all the stuff out of it. And now he's in the 5-gallon bucket. But they do need water. Because they do breathe through gills. And I'll throw this pinfish back in that little flow troll. Boy, come here. Look at the number the crab did on him. So, I don't want to just throw this one back. And granted, it's a dead fish, but hopefully he'll keep till tomorrow. My other fish in here don't have any water now because some lunkhead poured it in for the crab. So we'll get them back in to the water. Like I say, he got me. I'm glad you guys, anybody who stayed till the end, I'm glad you stayed. Because a lot of times I'm known to end the live and then reel in and there be something there. Okay. Well, folks, it is 9:46 Central Time. I want to thank everybody for watching. I appreciate you guys. You are a blessing to me. I appreciate the support you've shown me. Said, so we've gone through this, and folks, y'all are the reason I do this. Well, I mean, I do the fishing for me, but the live streaming is for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Hit that notification bell. I will be fishing here at least till Thursday. Thank you, everybody. Have a fabulous evening. We will see you tomorrow.